Hey there, Turbulence Tribe. Welcome back to Daily Turbulence. If I had to sum up what's been happening in the crypto market lately, it would be just one word: a brutal sell-off. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the entire market have plunged to their lowest levels in the last 7 months. Big institutional players are pulling out, panic is spreading, and billions of dollars in liquidations are taking place. Today, we're diving deep behind the scenes of this current crash. What specific triggers are dragging Bitcoin down so hard? And what does this global regulatory pressure really mean? Strap in, because the latest chaos is about to begin. Current crash triggers and market mayhem. The massive wave of volatility hitting the market recently has been driven by a few specific and very current factors different from previous crashes. First up, the macroeconomic pressure is relentless. The stronger-than-expected U.S. employment data boosted expectations that the Fed will likely delay interest rate cuts. As we know, the higher those interest rates stay, the less appealing risk assets like Bitcoin become to investors. This was the most critical macroeconomic factor refreshing the selling pressure. Secondly, institutional investors are causing massive turbulence. The mass exodus from Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs, the main gateway for institutional money, was the biggest accelerator of the decline. These massive sales directly pressured the price, dragging Bitcoin down to its 7-month low. Adding fuel to the fire, even while the market was sinking, some early Bitcoin billionaires, the famous whales, sold colossal amounts of BTC, around $1.3 billion, creating a huge confidence crisis in an already fragile market. And, of course, this downturn forced leveraged traders' positions to be forcibly closed, liquidated. Close to $2 billion in positions were wiped out in just a few hours, amplifying the selling pressure exponentially. Regulatory pressure and the fine line of trust. While global markets are rocking, governments aren't standing still. The most significant long-term foundation for the current chaos is the regulation agenda. The U.S. White House and the IRS, Internal Revenue Service, are taking a historic step in supervising crypto assets. A new draft regulation could compel U.S. taxpayers to report their crypto assets held abroad, just like bank accounts. The primary goal of this move is to prevent crypto assets from being moved to offshore platforms to evade tax scrutiny, signaling the start of a global crypto monitoring era. While local crypto platforms argue these regulations will make the sector more transparent and reliable, the potential for regulations to dampen investor appetite keeps the market on edge. The chaos ahead and expectations. So, where is the market heading after all this turbulence? Analysts say that critical support levels for Bitcoin are currently being tested. They warn that if the market drops below the $80,000 level, a larger wave of fear and panic selling could follow. While a minor recovery is expected in the short term, the general consensus points to a consolidation around the $98,000 mark. However, even with this drop, there are still long-term optimistic views. Some analysts, like Peter Brandt, project that Bitcoin could reach $200,000 by the end of 2029. But that certainly doesn't mean the market will recover quickly. In summary, this sharp decline is once again flushing out speculative capital from the market. Not just those chasing quick profits, but also some fundamentally flawed altcoins and projects will struggle during this period. The market is setting the stage for more healthy, foundation-based growth. Final thoughts. Turbulence Tribe, Bitcoin is currently going through a major test. This situation is the clearest evidence of crypto's inherent high volatility. Remember, no matter how current this analysis is, it is not investment advice. Always do your own research, DYOR, and manage your risks. What are your thoughts on this current chaos? Will Bitcoin bounce back from these levels? I'm excited to hear your comments and insights below. See you in the next episode of Daily Turbulence. Stay chaotic, stay safe.